Hi everybody! Welcome back to the Nerd Shelves. Let me see. I think I may have finally got all the audio issues sorted out. Hi! Good morning! Happy Wednesday! Hey, Ellie's here! Ellie's always the first one here. I love it. Hi, Ellie. How are you? Sounds great. Good. Much better than yesterday. D Games is here. Hello. How are you? Yeah, so I'm glad it's working now. So we'll just kind of go with it and see what happens. Again, these are kind of some test runs that we're doing. Not test runs, but you know, it's been a while, so we're back at it. Yeah, I'm happy to see everybody. That's fantastic, and hopefully we'll have a few more people joining here soon, which is great. But today we are going to play through Vantage, and it's going to be a bit of a learning experience for me too. You know, I know the basic rules, I know how the game works, but even as the rules state, some of the nuances of the game are missing from the rule book because they want you to kind of sort of learn as you go or experience the game as you go. So, you know, we're going to be flipping back and forth between books and reading and the rules and figuring stuff out as we go. But, you know, I kind of know the basics. Just an FYI, there will be spoilers. It's impossible to play this game without spoilers. But hopefully there's enough in the game where the only spoilers will literally be that maybe the first or second location we visit. Other than that, we'll be branching off in all these different directions, and it shouldn't spoil too much. A little bit about this is that this, you know, full disclosure here, this was sent to us by Stonemaier Games as a review copy, but this is not sponsored in any way, shape, or form. We've taken no money for this. You know, my thoughts and how I play and what I talk about are completely 100% my own thoughts, and I'm not being paid. This is not a promotion or anything. So anyways, thank you, Stonemaier Games, for sending us the review copy. Though, okay, the other thing that I want to mention is that I will be playing solo. So in this game, you know, many games like this, cooperative games, you can play two different characters when you're playing solo. But in this one, it specifically says just play solo. Just play by yourself, and you know, just go with it as a solo game. Nothing else changes. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm not going to, you know, we'll play for a little while, and then I'll continue to play maybe in a future stream if we don't finish it all today. So there you go. Those are all my caveats for today. Okay, so why don't we just go ahead and pop right down to the bottom here, and, you know, feel welcome to chat. Throw things in the chat, throw questions, talk to each other, whatever you want. I will do my best to continue with the chat. Let's pop down here. Boop. There we go. So let me see here. I tried to set this up as best as I could for the top-down view. Maybe move these books off to the side. There we go. So I have already picked my character. And I have my green screen up and ready here. So this is the character. You can either roll a die to choose your character or just pick one. And I decided to pick blue because I always like to play blue. But what you could do is you could roll one of these die, one of the dice, and all of the characters have a color that match from the die. So I just, oops, I dropped one there. I just picked blue because I always pick blue. So to start the game, what you have to do, and it says it right, I'm going to close this book before I go too far. It says it right in the rule book here at the beginning of the setup. Okay, it says place the Book of Vantages, which is this book right here. Place the Book of Vantages on the table with the back cover facing up to display location 000. So that is the back of this book. And that is location 000. So everybody starts here in every game. And this is kind of a setup. This is part of the setup. It's how we get going in the game and decide what resources we're going to have. And it's pretty neat because it has the basic instructions of everything here. Now, I'm not going to go over all the rules at the beginning. I'm going to go over the rules as we play. It makes a lot more sense if you do it as we play. So that's what I'm going to do. So it says, follow the instructions on location 000 to complete the setup. It is here that each player will independently choose their character and starting stats. So that is exactly what we're going to do. And I love that about this game. A couple of things, I'm not going to go over all the rules, but I am going to go over kind of some of the basics that you need to know before you start playing. So we have these kind of silvery gray cubes. These are called boost cubes, and we're going to be able to use these to put on cards kind of as action markers or how powerful our cards are. These are all of the resources that we have, okay? Now, these resources, they match all of the different actions that you can take in the game. The cool thing is this big box of cards here on the side has, for reference, all of the different actions you can take. So the blue will be move actions, look actions, engage actions, help actions, take actions, and overpower actions. Now, when you see these on each card, I'm not going to show you right now because I don't want spoilers, but it won't say one of your choices can be move. It will be a type of move action. So maybe it will say climb. Maybe it will say, I don't know, wander. Maybe it will say, I don't know, some sort of move action. Another example is the engage actions. It'll never say engage. It might say discuss. It might say ask. Some sort of engagement, but it's going to have every card will have its own thematic action in that genre or in that category. Help might be, some way of offering help, okay? Things like that. Overpower might be attack. It might be hit. It might be crush. It might be something like that, okay? So each of these each of these tokens actually represent each of those actions, and they help us. These are skill tokens, okay? These are not our resources are skills. And so basically, if let's say you have 2 of these blue, what did I say it was? Move tokens, that means you have more skill in doing that action. So you can use these to help you do the action without taking as much risk, okay? And what the risks are these challenge dice here. So every action we are going to take, and this will make much more sense once we start playing, but every action we take will be found in one of these books based on A, what action we're taking, and B, what card we are on. So what we would do is, let's say we were doing one of the look actions, we would find the corresponding card in the look storybook, and technically the player behind you would read this out to you, but because I'm playing solo, I'll have to read it myself. Now, when you read it, this I'll just show you maybe on the green screen very quickly. I don't want to show too much because of spoilers. But for example, let's say it was that one right there. This is the card number, and this is my look action. So that number there, 6, is, so what I would read is, it costs 6, and I'll explain that in a minute, to do the listen action. And what you're doing is you are listening to the sentient, and then I would not read any more. Okay, so what that 6 means is that I have to essentially roll 6 of these challenge dice. 2, 4, 6. Okay? Now, these challenge dice are going to do a couple of things. This is basically the type of energy. So this is health, this is time, and this is morale, okay? And these are all represented on these dice. And basically, I will roll them. Hey, Meeple's here! Good morning. How are you? And good to see you. Good to see you. So when I roll these dice, for every one that shows of these, I will have to lose that. So I'm losing health, or I'm losing time, or I'm losing morale. Okay? Now, if any one of these ever gets to 0, I basically, maybe I don't lose the game, but it says when any token reaches 0, read the mission's entry in the take storybook. So I would have to read my mission, which we'll find out later in the storybook. And it's never good. You don't want this to happen. Now, we can mitigate these dice by, okay, here are where these skill tokens come in. If I'm doing a look action, which is blue. Oh, my lights just went funny. If I'm doing a look action, before I roll the dice, I can spend as many skill tokens to reduce the number of dice I have to roll. So if I threw one skill token back, then I could reduce this action to 5 from 6. Okay? Because basically what you're saying is you have more skill in that type of action. When you're playing with more players, anybody at the table can spend those skill actions to help you reduce your dice. So thematically, we are being dropped off, or not dropped off. We have kind of crash landed on different parts of the planet, so we can't see each other. We have different vantage points, but we are in full radio contact with each other. So thematically, other players can use skill tokens because what they're doing is they're essentially communicating with you on their skills, and they can help you, okay? So then what I would do is I would roll the dice. Now, as you can see, these blank ones are great. That means absolutely nothing happens, okay? And with those blank ones, when I'm done with them, they will go, at the end of my turn, into this area here, okay? These are expended dice, okay? That's great. Those little arrows, those are return, which is great because nothing happens, but they go back into the pool of challenge dice, okay? Good, but not great. Getting rid of them is better, and I'll show you why in a minute. And then that is a symbol that matches my time. What I would have to do is I would have to, because of that, spend a time. Now, there are going to be spaces on certain item cards that we're going to have in our play area, like this. And instead of spending this time token and losing a time, if I have a slot available and it has to match, and there's many ways it can match. It could match symbol. It could match the type of action I'm doing. So for example, if you look here, see this space here? It says if it's a blue action, I can put a die there and not have to take that penalty, okay? Because can't see it. Because it's a blue action, I can do that, okay? This one would be if it was a morale. Oh, can you see that over my hand? If it's a morale on a die, I could put it there. Now, this little lightning bolt means nothing to me because I'm playing solo. What the lightning bolt means is that anybody at the table can also, or I can use anybody's on the table with that lightning bolt. Okay, otherwise they have to come from my own player area. Okay, again, we will talk about each of these as the cards show up and as we go through the turns. Now, that little symbol there, if it's an arrow out of it, that means that allowed me, I gained a cube. And these are these little boost cubes, and I can put it on this card. Okay? And I can use those boosts, I can use those to do different actions, and we'll talk about those later. Okay? If there's a card, I don't want to show you a random cards because I don't want to spoil anything. But if it was inside, if there was an arrow with the cube, that would mean I would have to spend one, right? Because it's inside the action. That means it costs to do that action. Because this is outside the action space, that means when I place it there, I get that. I gain that, okay? Oops, dropped it on the floor. Give me a minute. Okay, it'll make much more sense. Now, like I said, every time you have a no action or you had to lose something, then at the end of your turn, all your dice go into this spot here. Now, why is this important? And why is it not as good to put these ones up here? Because let's say it looked like this. And I needed more than 2 dice, okay? The action I want to take costs more than 2 dice. What I get to do, which is fantastic, is, let's just say I had that there, is if I ever I needed 3, but there's not enough, all of our cards at the table that have dice on them refresh. And all of these spots open up and all of the dice go back into the challenge pool, opening up more spaces for us to utilize. So that's always good. Okay? That's kind of the basics. So basically how the game works is this, is everybody gets a turn or an action on their turn. And you can, and it's pretty great, every single one of these books, right? Every action has its own book. Okay? On the back of each book is a little player aid. So this is pretty fantastic. So what you can do is you can do a location action, and you'll see it in a minute, but each location has different colored actions on them, matching the actions I showed you earlier, and you can pick one of those. And then find it in the appropriate book and read it and do what I just talked about. Now, the caveat is you can only ever do one location action at a given location. So if I've done, some sort of look action at the location that I'm at, when it comes back to my turn, I can't do a help action at the same location. I have to leave. I have to depart. Okay? You can only ever do one action per location. Except for one very specific scenario where if that action at the bottom, if it says continue, that means right away you can do another action, including one at that location. Okay, that's the only time you're ever allowed to do 2 actions at the same location, is if the action in the book says continue. Okay, so that's location actions. Then or you can do a card action, which is same rules apply, just like at a location, but many cards we're going to have. By the way, that see-through right there, that's green. My green screen just won't let me show it. So anyways, that's green help. But I could do one of these actions on one of my cards instead. Okay? If I do a card action, my next turn, then I can do a location action. That's fine, because you can only do one location action per location. And then the last type of action is a depart action. And I'll explain how that works later because we don't really have the actions. Or sorry, we don't have the locations yet. Okay? So that's kind of it. We're going to have missions that are going to come up in a minute. We may or may not have destinies. Destinies, plural, potentially. I don't know. It even says you can have multiple destinies. Okay? And there are a couple of ways this game can end. One, if one of our resources goes all the way down to 0, and then we read this and it ends our game ends. Okay? Or if we complete a mission, our game may end if we want it to. We don't have to. We can continue if we want, but that is another way to end the game. If we complete a destiny, then our game can end if we want it to. Or if we complete a mission and a destiny, so we complete a mission and we decide we want to keep going, so then we complete a destiny, then that's called an epic victory, okay? In addition to a mission victory, a destiny victory, or an epic, okay, so that's epic. So that could also end our game. It's really whatever we decide we want to do. But it says, in addition to a mission victory, a destiny victory, or an epic victory, which is completing both the mission and destiny, you may define success through anything you pursue and achieve, okay? This game doesn't really have an end. It just keeps going or stopping whenever you want, okay? Sandbox. We can do whatever we want. And the last thing I'm going to say before we get started is this is not a campaign game. When we're done here today, we're done. We set everything back up. We put it back in the box and everything goes in the right order. Next time we play, we start again. Now, the cool thing is maybe we're going to kind of learn some things about the planet. Like there's going to be a lot of different sentient beings. Maybe we kind of learn a little bit about how they interact and things like that. But it's once we're done a mission or a destiny or don't or whatever we decide to do, then it's over. Then we can crash land on this planet again and start again. So that's kind of how it works. Now, there's going, again, like I talked about, there's going to be lots of little tiny rules that I'm not unaware of. We've got the book here. Bear with me. We'll go through this together, which is going to be fantastic. And one thing it does say here is, where does it say it? It says it somewhere in here. That one of the most important things here is that if anything doesn't make sense or you're unsure or you're not and there's the rules are vague, then just go with what you think A is most thematic and B what is the most fun. That, right? This is all just about having fun. So, Meatball and the Moose says, I will not bear with you. I will moose with you. Okay, everybody moose with me, please. Just moose with me. Awesome, I love it. Okay, so you can kind of see my books over here. I hope that's not distracting. I thought about getting a different one of my other dice trays, but this is a little bit busy and might be distracting. But hey, there you go. Okay, like I said, who's that? Cuddly Cosima. Cuddly Cosima? Am I pronouncing that correctly? Welcome. Hello. How are you? Thank you for joining the Nerd Shelves. We are playing... What are we playing? Vantage. Oh, one thing I really wanted to show everybody before we get started again is this. Correct. Okay, good. Good. Cuddly Cosima. Good. This box is fantastic. So everything is organized. This came with the game. Like it's Stonemaier Games. They are amazing with their production value and everything. So all of the little horizontal type item cards are here in numerical order, and they've got all the numbers at the front and back, so they're easy to organize. It's heavy, holy. All of the locations are here, again, in numerical order. And the really cool thing is when you... Let me see if I can show this. When you take a location card, whatever it is, as you take it out, you put your little bookmark in there, like that. And then we know exactly where I am in that stack or where the character is. Now, that's actually really important because... Remember, you can only do one action per location, so we're going to be going through location cards a lot. So it's really important to know exactly where it is. It makes it much, much faster. And then the last thing I'm going to say before we get started is every player is supposed to have these little card holders. And the reason is, let me just grab the first one here, is because... It's supposed to stand like this in front of you, and like that, because nobody at the table is supposed to see where you are because they aren't with you. We're allowed to talk about our card as much as we want when we ask for advice. Remember, thematically, we have full communication with all the other people at the table. We can describe it. We can say what we see, all of that stuff. But because I'm playing solo, guess what? It's just me. I'm all alone, so we don't need that. Okay. Now, let's start. Here we go. What does that say? Watch streak reached. Oh, cool. That's very cool. I don't know what that means, but okay. We're mostly a YouTube channel, so anything that comes up on Twitch, I'm not entirely sure. Oh, I need to pop out here for a second. Meeple and the Moose. My bad. Last stream, when was that? When we were doing the unboxing last week of this, Meeple and the Moose used their Prime subscription to subscribe to our Twitch channel, and I didn't see it because my alerts weren't working properly. So I just want to say thank you very much. I really appreciate that. You know, every little bit helps, and that's fantastic. And I didn't publicly acknowledge that, so I do apologize. I didn't see it until after the stream, so thank you so much. We always appreciate it. And back down. So there you go. Okay, shall we? Technically, last stream was the Vantage playthrough. That didn't technically, yeah. I tried this a couple days ago and it just didn't work. Hey, so Meeple and the Moose put those emojis in the chat. Question for you. Is this a high five emoji, or is this a thank you emoji, or is this a pray emoji? I've had different people tell me different things about these emojis. So what do you think that is? Somebody said the high five emoji has these little lines above it and it's different. But anyways, but Ellie is right. Technically, that was our last stream. Okay, let's get reading, shall we? I'll try to keep my eye on the chat as we go. So every game is going to start with this, and it goes in order and it gets us going. So it can be whatever you interpret it to be. I intend it to be the second one. Thank you. Okay, fair enough. Me too. Here we go. It says, oh my gosh, the green just doesn't happen, does it? Weeks after receiving a mysterious signal from the Traveler, your ship arrives in the orbit of an uncharted planet. Create the total challenge dice pool using 8 dice plus 2 per player. Okay, so 8 dice plus 2 per player. How many? There's 1 player, so that's 10. Let's make sure it's correct. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Lovely. And I have to say that you can tell that this was an American publication because of the 1 L in Traveler. Just saying. In Canada, we use 2 L's. Okay. Number 2. Each player gains a different skill. Select or randomize. Randomize is throwing a die, right? And it's, a different skill and its matching character card. So I took, because I like to play with blue all the time, so I took blue and I get a matching skill. Okay. You should just throw 3 or 4 more challenge dice in because you're a seasoned gamer. Oh, Meeple. You know how I roll dice. There is no way. It doesn't matter how seasoned I am. I should take some out. My gosh. So anyways, that's the wrong one here. I took 1435, which is the blue one. Okay, and place the card in the middle of your grid and gain its when placed benefit. So that was card 1435. The when placed benefit is I get 2 boost cubes to put on this card. Okay, now when it says place it in the middle, I'm actually going to put it here once this book's gone, which it will be in a minute. But basically, your character is I might have to move this up just a little bit. Okay. And then all the cards we're going to receive after this will go in a 3x3 grid around this character. Okay. You can have a reserve and replace things at some point, but right now it's just all of our items, it's going to be like basically what we can carry with us, okay? So I might need to zoom that out just a little bit, but that's what that meant. So then I go like this, and my when placed benefit is I get 2 beauty boost cards that I've just put on there. Okay, then what does it say? Each player sets their tokens, their trackers, matching their character color, which is blue, to, now we can either start at 3, 4, 5, or 6, okay? 3 is brazen, 4 is daring, 5 is practical, and 6 is cautious. The rules do say, for your first play, they suggest just putting everything at 4. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, then the last part of this says, the first player gains 2 skills at random and places the matching mission, see the right, so if you can see that, it has every combination of 2 dice you can think of, okay? Every combination. And that's how we're going to choose our mission. Okay, I will say my solo plays felt significantly more difficult than my multiplayer. Really? So maybe I should move those up to 5, which is practical. Let's do that. It's practical. Thanks, Meeple. Okay, the first player gains... I'm the first player. I'm the only player. The first player gains 2 skills at random and places the matching mission. See the right sidebar in the center. This is the center, by the way. Not the center of my player board, but this is called the center. They may re-roll pairs to get an easier mission. So if there are 2 that are the same, those missions are harder, so we'll make sure we get an easier mission. It might be because I'm an idiot. Your mileage may vary. I love it. Yeah, and my dice rolling. You know what? I think practical is fine. Okay? I think that's totally fine. Canadian, your kilometers may vary. There you go. Okay, here we go. So that is an engage and a look. Okay, engage and look. So I'm going to get an engage token and a look token. And then engage and look. Let's find, it's right here. So our mission is now 1584. So I have to find card 15. By the way, just so you know, some of these decks in here haven't been opened yet, so they still have paper wrapped around them. So I may have to unwrap some of them. Okay, what did I say? 1584. 15. 1585. Here we go. 1584. So this will go here. But this is our mission. And it says, have a total of at least 1 loyal animal, plus 1 per player. So that's 2, right? In grids or reserves. If you do, read 1584 in the Book of Secrets. Here is the Book of Secrets, which is always fun. Okay, so we need 2 loyal animals. So 1 plus 1 for the 1 player. Don't know what that means yet, but I like it. Okay. By the way, we can also do these. Oh, geez, I dropped everything. We can also do these as card actions. Hey, Meeple and the Moose, I forgot that you've played this. So if you see me make any mistakes or want to correct me or anything like that, just let me know. And yeah, you know me, I'm always willing for up for corrections. Again, so that is, remember, that see-through one right there is green. It doesn't do well with my green screen, just so you know. Okay, have a total of at least 1 loyal animal. Perfect. You know what I could do? What happens if I put a green card here? Would that work? Here. If I put a green card up here, and then when I did this, then it looks... Where did I have to go? It looks green. Sorry, I'm just being silly. Ooh, my green screen moved. I'm just being silly. Okay. So that's what we've done. Then everyone goes to location 001, which can be found on the back of the Book of Secrets. Okay, so there we go. We were in our ship. We're all traveling together, and we set up the game. So now, 001. We are all now here. This is our new location. The ship malfunctions! Oh no! You have mere seconds to escape. So here we are. This is our location. We are all here. Something bad is happening, and we all have to jump into our escape pods. Okay, so that's the next part of the storyline here. So this is where we all are. I mean, this isn't a spoiler because this is going to happen literally in every single game you play. Is this your first play, or did you do some games off screen? I did not full games. Like I played a bit here and I tried different scenarios off the last couple days. So I've worked through it, but I haven't completed anything. So I didn't want to go too far. That's why there may be mistakes. But I feel like this is how you learn the game if it was your first time anyways. So that's kind of what I'm trying to replicate. Okay. Each player gains a different skill. Select or randomize. Let's randomize for fun. Ooh, another engage skill. That's fun. By the way, these skill tokens are they are number dependent. Okay, so once they run out, they run out. So just remember that. These cubes do not, and money does not. Okay, these are infinite, but these skill tokens do run out. Totally, I think you'll be fine. Your teach was solid as per. Oh, thank you, Meeple. We'll see. I taught what I know, and I can't teach what I don't know, but we'll learn that together. Okay, so each player gains a different skill. So I should have 4. Good. And places the matching location in their location card holder. Okay, remember we're not doing that. So I took an engage, which says right here, I have to find location number 04. So where? All right, here we go. This is the location. So see how it's kind of almost fisheye? I mean, it looks like I'm looking out of a some sort of round window in a this means I'm in the capsule falling to Earth. Or not to Earth. To this planet. Every character, when they escaped in those escape pods, are all spread out over the planet and falling down. So your first location will always be inside the escape pod, falling down to Earth. Now, this is where, when it's on our turn, we can describe it to the people we're playing with, but we can't show them. That's why we have this card holder, right? So if I had this and I was playing with Meeple and the Moose there, I would say, all right, so it looks like I'm falling towards, there's some mountains in the background, but I'm over the sea. There's ocean, there's little islands with cliffs and rocks jutting out. I'm just coming through the clouds. You know, we can explain those types of things. We can explain whatever we want, but we just can't show it, okay? But for the purpose of this, I am going to keep it probably here once this book is gone. Okay? So that's where we are. Okay, I think that, wouldn't that be cool? The Loch Ness, if you just saw a little Easter eggs, that would be fantastic. Stonemaier Games is known for putting Easter eggs in some of their games. The Scythe modular board I have, how you can make the board smaller or larger or randomized, has little Easter eggs. There's R2-D2 and C-3PO in one little tiny one. There's Waldo from Where's Waldo, things like that. So it's pretty neat. But I don't know if these have any, actually. I haven't heard. I don't think so, but that would be pretty cool. Okie dokie. So each player should now have 2 skill tokens. Really? What did I miss something? Oh, sorry. It says, my bad. Each player places the matching location in their location and simultaneously follows the instructions on that card. Okay. Oh, the 2-player board, or the modular board at 2 players is it changes the game. It's fantastic because what Judy and I do all the time is we make the board narrow and long, so you really only have one route each to the factory in the center, and it almost encourages more conflict. It's pretty cool. It's pretty awesome. Anyways, okay, so it says, let's read it together. Your escape pod seals tight, ejecting towards the planet in a completely different direction from the others. Gain 2 random skills and crash onto the matching location. You may re-roll pairs to get an easier location. Keep this card in the holder to obscure the backs of your new locations for future. Okay, so that's important too. All of the cards, all of the location cards, you saw how many there were, right? Like, look at that. They're double-sided. So when you put it when you're done with this card and put it in your card holder, this actually has a back on it. These starting ones are not double-sided. So when you put it like that for future, any new locations you put there, the back is hidden. So this always stays in your card holder. Again, we don't need to because we're not using card holders. Okay, folks, let's go. Let's roll. And again, we are going to roll if we get doubles. Re-roll if we get doubles. So we have an overpower and a look action. So I get those. Overpower and look. Okay. And then overpower and look. Let's take a look. Where is overpower and look? Overpower, and is that it there? Nope. Overpower, look and overpower. There. Look and overpower. Okay. So 428. Is that 4? I got to look at it closer. Don't judge me, everybody. Overpower and look was 428. Okay. You didn't see that. Nobody saw that. Let's find 428, shall we? Okay, 428. So that would go in my card holder, but I don't really need it. Okay, because we're playing solo, guess what I'm going to do? I'm just going to show you. This is where I crash landed. Ooh, so I'm submerged in water, it looks like there. So I actually dropped right into water, but it looks like I'm close to land. So let's figure out what we need. There's a cool bubble down there too. That's pretty neat. Okay, so earlier when I was describing departing, right? You can only do one action per location, and then if you don't have card actions to do, then you have to depart. This is departing, okay? So if I want to depart, these are the directions I can go. Obviously north, right? North, east, south, and west. Okay? If I choose one of those, if I want to go east, if I want to go west, then I have to roll 1 and 1 only challenge die. We can't see that. 1 challenge die. Okay? And depart is a move action, so I could use a move skill to mitigate that. And then I grab card 139 from the box of cards here, and that's where I go. Okay? These ones here, I'm going to read exactly how that works in the rule book, just so I get it completely right. Depart. Where is my... The rule books? There we go. Depart actions. So if there's each star requires you to reference the depart storybook. Okay? So then what I would do is I would look in... Find the depart storybook. Okay. So because this is card 428, I would find 428 in the book, and then I would choose either which way I'm going, north or east. North or east, depending on that star. And then, like the other books, it tells me the cost in challenge dice that I have to spend. Okay. So if you are departing to a specific card, just roll 1. Okay, that's usually the easier way. If you want to go to one of those stars, then you kind of have choices you need to make. You look in the book, and then it tells you how many challenge dice. Okay, so that is my card. Each player should now have, did I get those? I did. 2 skill tokens from this location and 2 on location 0. And the first player should have 4 skill tokens. Oh, that was from before. Sorry. This one now says, gain 2 random skills and crash onto the matching. Keep this card. Okay, so I should now have 6 because I got 2 more. So now this book is done. This is where I am. How should I do this? Let's put my personal here and the location here. And now this is actually starting the game. It's a bit of a setup, and that took a while. How long have we been playing? Where's the time here? 45 minutes or something, but that's okay. Here we go. So what should we do, everybody? I have all these choices. So do you remember how I told you this move action is dive, right? Because I'm underwater. It's a type of movement. The look action is smell. I guess I technically look. It's using senses, right? I can smell. I can whisper to engage. I can craft to help. I don't exactly know what that means yet. I can consume for the take action, and I can pluck for the overpower action. Or I can move. Okay? I have a couple of card actions here. I can master. I'm assuming that means upgrade some skills. I can buy or I can equip. I'm not ready to do that yet. So I have, what do I have here? I have 2 engage. I have 1 overpower. I have 2 look. And I have 1... them here, 1 move action. So what does I think I'm going to save my move skills for when I want to depart. I don't know. What do you want to discover? I think I'm going to, it says whisper. Who am I whispering to? That means there's someone or something out there. I don't think I want to do that yet, do I? Let's smell. I'm going to smell. Okay, that's kind of my look action. And I have 2 look tokens here. Although this I can move a die from my... well, let's do it. What do you think, everyone? You're trying to sniff. I am trying to sniff. Do you think I should sniff or do you think I should whisper? Up to you. I'm going to let you decide. Sniff or whisper? I think only Meeple's... smell, why not? I think only Meeple's in the chat right now, but that's cool. Okay, Meeple, I'm going to do it. I'm going to smell, which is one of these. So, the smell, that is the look book. Smell, why not? I know. There you go. And we are card 428. So I have to do my best to read this without, just read the first part without spoiling anything. It says, why don't I know how to count? 428. Ugh. Yeah. No judgment, everybody. Got to put on my old man reading glasses. Only this year have I needed these to read. 428. So, it is a cost of 2, and it says smell a flower. Okay, I like it. So, it costs 2. Should we just use them both? Yeah. Thanks for that. I'm going to use them both. No. Let's just use 1. Let's save 1. Because remember, we want to try to get these out here too. So let's just use 1. Here we go. It's a star, which is my morale. But luckily, look at that. I've got a spot for my morale right there. Perfect. Okay. So we are going to smell. Let's read the rest of it. What does it say? It says, as you smell the salty flower, a brief vision of the future flashes before your eyes. Ooh, magic flowers. Roll 2 separate sets of 2 challenge dice. Choose one set to use as part of your next action this turn. They count toward the challenge dice to roll for that action and continue. Okay, fantastic. So this is a great opportunity. Do you remember I talked about continue? I did an action on the location. Typically, I should say, I'm not allowed to do another location action at this location. But it said continue. So now I can continue and do a different action here. But even better, I get to roll 2 sets of dice and I get to keep the set that I want. So here, oh, that's a pretty good one. Look at that. That was a pretty good roll. I have a feeling I'm going to keep those. Unless I can get 2 blanks. And I got a star and a return. Nope. No thank you. I am keeping these 2. So these will be used towards my next action. Okay. I was promised bad rolls. Yeah, I know. That was pretty great, wasn't it? When it's a co-op and I'm not playing with anybody, of course I roll well, right? Okay, so you know what? Let's do the whisper now. Let's do the whisper. I like that. I like that a lot. So, because that's what I was choosing between the whisper and the smell. So I've whispered. No, I haven't. I've smelt the flower. And now I'm going to whisper to something that's out there. So that is the Engage, which is the orange book. Again, card. I smelled the future. Now you can speak to the... No, I can't speak to the future. I can whisper to the future. 420. Wow, this is a great first turn, I have to admit. 428 says... Oh, it's only one. Whisper to the flowers. Whisper to the flowers. So I just smelt the flower. Now I'm whispering to the flower. Again... This is a bit of an ambiguous rule, so I'm going to take the one that's the most thematic or the best for us or the funnest. So I'm allowed to roll these 2 dice beforehand. The action only costs me 1 die, so I'm assuming I get to choose which one I use. So I'll just put that one back and use this one, right? I'm assuming that's what that means. I hope everybody's on board with that. Okay, so I'm not going to spend anything. I'll keep them for later. I rolled. Whispers, she loves me. She loves me not. She loves me. Yeah, but then I have to pick the petals off. That's kind of an overpower action, isn't it? And what am I on? 428 says, are you ready? Why did I close the book? 428 says, whisper to the flowers. Here we go. The act of talking to a flower is strange, but also meditative. And you feel better afterwards. Gain 2 morale. Gain 2 morale. Fantastic. So my morale goes up 1. I can't go up anymore. And it says, if you would increase any one of these to above 6, instead gain 1 random skill. Wow. Oh. This is turning out to be a fantastic turn. Oh, I totally missed. Glasses don't help. I just missed the dice tray, but that's okay. That's the look. So I gain a look. Awesome. And that's the look skill token that I used previously. Okay, so that goes. Great turn. Loved it. Didn't really find anything, didn't really do anything other than gain a skill token. I meditated. I felt better. Kind of like getting a massage. I feel a little bit more relaxed. I needed that after that crash onto the planet. Now it's time to get started. So remember, the blanks go here. Okay. Panda! Amanda Panda, how are you? Yeah, Amanda, it's been a while. Yeah, we needed some time. We had to sort some stuff out. We're still sorting stuff out. But yeah, I'm here. I'm without going into too much detail, part of sorting some health things out are me not able to work for a little while, unfortunately. So not going to go into too much of that. Just I'm here trying to get better, and also love board gaming and streaming, and I missed it so much, so why not? Here we are. Yeah. Anyways, thank you so much for stopping in. I love it. Yeah, family's doing very well. We actually just got back from Taiwan. Unfortunately, yeah, Judy lost her father, so we had to go back for a little bit, so that was a bit tough. But yeah, we're back. Everyone's doing well. Thank you so much. How are you, Amanda? I actually haven't seen you in ages, and I hope you are doing well. Wow, that was I just dumped a lot on you. I'm really sorry about that. I did not mean to do that. Okay, whew. Let's get back to Vantage, shall we? I will for sure, Amanda Panda. Thank you so much. Okay, so I gained a skill because I bumped my morale past 6, which is fantastic. I can't do another action here. Have you played Vantage, Amanda Panda? And if so, what did you think? So I think I'm going to depart. Oh, I was supposed to put my bookmark in here. I think it's time for me to depart this spot. I got to get out of the water, I think, right? So I have to go back to 428. Yo, solo only. What do you think? It's interesting, isn't it? I can see, I love this type of stuff. It's fun. It's just going on adventures and that. I could see how it might not be everybody's cup of tea, but that's fine. I think it's the most fun if you really get into the RPG aspects, but can be boring if you're just playing the mechanism. Absolutely 100%. And I'm enjoying it. I like chatting with everyone here. I think it would be cool with a couple people at the table too and just playing things off of each other. Get that RPG in there, right? Which is super fun. Okay, so I think I'm going to leave. What do you think? What do you think, everyone? Where should I go? I need to get out of this water. So I can either just go north, go east, or I can actually travel to one of those locations, west or south. What do you think? Meeple's choices really helped me, so I'm going to let Meeple and the Moose decide where I'm going if he's still in the chat there. Or Amanda Panda, what do you think? Where should I go? I loved it most at 3 players. I thought it would drag with multiple players, but it was fun to joke about and adventure together. That's, yeah, super. I could totally see that. I like how if I go west or south, I only have to roll 1 die. I kind of like that idea. So if nobody has any opinions, let's go south. Sure. Let's go to 427. Which is literally the card before it. So that's where I'm going. I assume if you go north, you'll quickly drown. Well, let's not go that way then. Okay, so I guess I have to roll first, right? And remember, this is a movement, and departing is a movement, right? And I also have a spot here that I could put a movement die. So I'm going to keep that because I have that spot there. Okay, here we go. It is health. And guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to put that here. Use this spot so I don't have to lose a health. And when I use this spot, I also gain a boost. Okay, so my card says at any time I want, I can spend 2 of these boosts to gain either 1 money or 1 move token. Okay. Also, I can use one of these to re-roll one of my challenge dice. If it's the exact same result, I get to gain a move skill token. Or I can spend that die to transfer 1 reserved card into the grid. Okay? So, Remember I said you could put reserves. When this fills up, you can put cards in the reserve. You can transfer them in and out. Okay, so that's good to remember. I have to remember that. I can re-roll dice. Okay. Here's my new location. Remember, our mission is to have at least 2, what was it? Loyal animals. We need to find some animals. So that's what we're looking for here. Okay, oh, I don't need those for that. It says, a water sentient. Somebody is talking to us. Okay. Water sentient scouts, like the one, like this one, use the sea moonflower to view the world above the water for extended periods of time. Beware the sea monsters to the south. Okay, we really don't want to go south then. So, right, we used those flowers, didn't we, to see the future. Water sentient scouts like this one use the sea moonflower to view the world above the water for extended periods of time. Beware the sea monsters to the south. Okay, let's not go south. Good thing you went south. Right? Totally. I was waiting for you to tell me where to go. Oh, gosh, that's funny. Okay. What should we do? We're looking for animals. We're looking for... Maybe one of those sea monsters will be loyal. Could that be a loyal animal? I don't know. I like our odds. Actually, I don't like our odds, but that's kind of cool. But let's... So we can either dive. Again, we're still in the water. We can either dive, observe, shout, share, steal, or attack. I don't think I want to steal or attack at this point. There's no reason for us to be aggressive, I don't think. Meeple and the Moose just shouted at me in all caps. Good thing you went south. We've got 2 of these again. Let's observe. I'm going to observe. Okay. So we'll take our observe book, 427. Oh. Okay. It costs us 4. It costs us 4 to observe the sentient. We're going to observe the sentient that is talking to us. This is bad because we have no spots left. So I think I have to use both of these to make it 2. And then hopefully we can re-roll or something. Okay, what do we got going on? Oh, look at this. So we have a blank, which is good. And we have a time. I'm going to use one of these to re-roll 1. I'm going to re-roll. Okay, not bad. It's a return. That's not terrible. Not terrible at all. Okay, so we did that. And it says... The sentient alternates between scanning the horizon with a pair of large binoculars and practicing a series of close combat maneuvers. Gain 1 boost and either 1 take token or 1 overpower. And you may continue. Fantastic. Okay. So I get a boost back. That was pretty good. Okay. What do we want? We don't have a take. So let's take a take. Get it? Let's take a take. Okay. So that was take. And I may continue. Fantastic. I don't want to steal or attack. Who would we be shouting at? Do you want to shout? Shout, shout, let it all out. These are the things we can do without. Come on. Where is it? Where's my book? Here it is, on the other side. Let's shout. All right. I'm going to shout. I don't know if I'm shouting at the sentient or what am I doing here. Okay, so let's go to 427 again. I sure like the continue. 2. It costs 2 to shout at the sentient to draw them outside. if we keep using these skill tokens, we're never going to get rid of these here. That's what I'm afraid of. You know what? Let's use... Oh, sorry. That should have gone there, and that should have gone up there. Let's use 1 and roll 1. How does that sound? It was a return. Okay, so that's going to be a return. Hilarious. Okay, not too bad, though. And then it says... 420, where'd it go? 427. Okay. Shout at the sentient to try to drive them outside. The sentient emerges from the flora and stands so close to you that drops of sea salt spritz your face as they speak. Is there a problem? They ask. So choose your answer. Yes or no. Is there a problem? Yeah. Yeah, we have a problem. Should we say that? Yes, yes, people. Yes, we have a problem. We crash landed. Where is it? Yes, we have a problem. Okay. Yes. The sentient rolls their shoulders and cracks their shell-like neck. Uh-oh. It's getting aggressive. So either overpower to fight, which is 6, or surrender to them. What do you think? I'm not fighting with it. Oh, wait a second, though. 6 would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could... No, that's... No. That's terrible. Do we want to fight or do we want to surrender? Fight or surrender, meeple? When I said we had a problem, I didn't have a problem with the sentient. I had a problem with our ship. What does everyone think? Fight or surrender? I'm not going to do anything until you tell me what to do. Fight or surrender? Fight or surrender? That sounds like surrender talk to me. Okay, I think so. Let's surrender. So surrender to them. That's what we're going to do. The sentient knocks you on the head and you come to your senses on location 134. Ellie says surrender. Okay. So they knocked us out and dragged us to what did I say? 134? Is that what I said? Yeah, 134. Okay. Let's find 134. FYI, a little tip. Every time you put these cards back, always put them back with the even side forward, okay? So 1. Okay, now 134, right? 132, 132, 134. Okay. Uh-oh, that doesn't look good. So that's where they knocked us out and brought us here. That looks terrible. An angular device hovers among floating stones. Whew, okay. That looks great. Floating stones are so cool. Cool. Okay, no doubt. Cool. If anyone watches Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Maybe you can tie them to your feet to travel better. Maybe. Okay, cool. And then I'm assuming that would normally be the end of my turn, and then it would be the next person's turn. But because I'm playing by myself, it's my turn again. Yikes. Okay. That's what we see. So where did the sentient go? Did the sentient take off? And oh, you know what? That triangular device hovering above us has the symbol of overpower. It's the same symbol. So, as you can see there. So, I am not too happy about this. Maybe we shouldn't have said we had a problem. Is there a problem? Yes. What do you want to do, everybody? So these are the tokens we have. We have no slots. We need to find some items to help us out here. So let's, oh boy. What do you think? Should we hack? Oh, so our choices are push, focus, activate, broadcast, hack, or raise. I don't want to raise them to the ground. Or do we? Maybe we do. Maybe you can yeah. Okay, let's hack. I like that idea. Let's hack using the take action. Okay? I guess we're computer savants here. We can hack into things. Okay, so let's find the take book. Well, the overpower symbol is pretty clear on the card. Do you think that's trying to nudge you a certain direction? Is it trying to nudge us or is it trying to warn us? Right? I don't know. If you want me to overpower, which is raise, I will. I'm either thinking hack or rave. It's such a friendly red color. Why do I sense sarcasm here, Meeple? What do you think? Hey, we're doing this together. If you want me to attack, everyone knows red flags are the friendly ones. Yeah, right. No, I'm hacking. I don't like your sarcasm. Okay, let's hack. 134. Here we go. You sound like my game group. What? Trying to be cautious? Or I don't like your sarcasm. Oh my gosh, 7 dice to hack, 7 challenge dice to hack. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it would. Oh my God, we're in trouble. So if I don't use this and I use, yeah, exactly, it'll reset our cards. But the problem is we don't have a lot to reset. The only thing I have is a blue action, which must be super good, right? And so that won't help me. And then the only thing I can put there is a star. Let's do it. Why not? What did it say? 7, did I say? This was exactly my issue with solo play. 10 die for one player to contend with is brutal. Yeah, this is brutal. But let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's put all the dice back. Everything goes back. 1, 2, 4, 6, 7. We are rolling 7 dice, people. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. I got lots to lose here, so let's just do it. I feel like something big's coming up here. Oh my gosh, here we go. I can spend 3. I can re-roll up to 3 times here. Okay. Whoo, you know what? This is not terrible. 2 blanks. 2 returns. And 3 health. It's huge. That wasn't too bad. I'm going to re-roll 1. Here we go. Oh, blank. Oh, what is happening here? I never roll like this. What is happening? Let's do it again. Oh, it's a heart. It's the same. So what did that say? It said re-roll 1 of your challenge dice. Gain a move skill token if the result is unchanged. Okay, that was unchanged. Okay, so I'm still at 2 hearts. You know what? Let's just keep that. That's not terrible. That could have been way worse. Okay? Okay. 134. Here we go. Where'd it go? So 7, hack the device. Okay. The Runecaster's Eternals are a complex and nearly impenetrable array of machinery. But, I like that. But I was about to say, I like the but. That's not what I meant. I like that there is a but at the end of that sentence. But you are able to pair it to your AUG suit. Gain item 1027 and 2 boost. So I get the 2 boost that I spent. Sweet. and I gain an item. This is what we wanted, right? We wanted items. Well, this is what I wanted. What item did I say? 1027. 10. Hold on. Again, see, I haven't even opened this pack yet. Michael likes butts. That's not what I meant. Oh gosh, that was funny. 1027. All right. Let's put all these cards back. I like big butts and I can't. Okay, no, I'm not going there. Okay, what did I get? I got a. What is that? I got one of those floating rune casters. Okay, that's cool. So what it does is it allows me to, or anyone else at the table, if I had friends, I don't have friends, so that's cool, can put a any die. Oh, that's good. I like these ones. Any die on this space when I'm doing an overpower action. I don't gain anything from it, but that's cool. That's cool. Cool. Other mothers can't deny. I'm not going to sing that song, meeple. Okay, so that goes here. Right, remember, it's a 3x3 grid I can make here, so that's kind of cool. Now, these all go here. That was great. These go here. That was pretty good. And these go here. Look at that. My dice pool is only down to 5, or already down to 5, and I haven't used anything. Awesome. Okay, now what? We still don't have any loyal friends. Or no, sorry, loyal animals or any destinies. Okay, so I can't do another action here. There was no continue on that. Shall we just move? What happened to that sentient that knocked us out, though? I kind of want to go and knock him out. Or her. Or it. Or whatever it is. Knock them out. What do you think? Let's move. What does that pointy stone card slot hold? That one, it holds, is this one you're talking about? It holds 1 die if anybody is doing an overpower action. That's what that holds. Okay. Totally. Time to get violent. Exactly. So I like the idea, again, of only spending 1 challenge die by moving to a certain location. And remember, we were warned about sea creatures to the south, but we've moved. We're in a completely different location now. I don't even know where we are. I don't know how long we were knocked out. We're still in the sea, though, so maybe not too far. Let's go. Do you think the sentient dragged you south? So now the sea monsters are... I don't know. And another thing, I don't know if looking straight, like, is that north? Are you always looking the way a compass should be? I don't know. Like, I don't know where north is, right? I'm assuming. I don't know. Let's do it. Let's go south. I like it. 129. 129 south. Yeah, that's what you're assuming? Like, north always means, like, if I want to kind of get away from the sea, I should go the other way because it looks like it's at our... I'm hunting sea monsters. What is that? I'm hunting rabbits, so be very, very quiet. Oh, no, I don't want move. I want depart. They're almost the same color, but not quite. Now, depart is a move action, and 129 is where I want to go. No, I'm on... Wait, is that what I want to do? No, I don't need that. Sorry, I just find card 129. I did that wrong. So put this back and find card 129. $129. All right. Oh, look at that. Are those floating or falling? A stone spire juts out of the ocean. Even at this distance, you can feel its powerful aura. Ooh. Oh, there's a ship over there too. See that? There's a sail. Is that a sailboat? Let's see. There is a ship over there. Cool. Hey, no clue what's happening. How are you? Long time no see, read, chat, all that stuff. How are you? It has been a while. We have not been streaming for ages, and we're just kind of getting back into it. But yep, Vantage, super fun. Playing solo. Meeple and the Moose particularly is helping me out a lot in chat there. We're kind of going through this together, which is fun. Good to see you. Feel welcome to chime in, help choose our adventure, you know, all that kind of stuff. I hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Okay. I like that sailboat over there. Now, so like Meeple said, our new item is kind of pushing us towards being aggressive because we have this overpower, but we also have a move there. So, do we want to climb the spire, inspect the spire, hail, honor? Ooh, it's magical, right? Maybe we could honor it, loot it, or slay it. You know what? We kind of did something a little aggressive last turn, and I was very lucky to get out of that unscathed. Well, we lost 2 health, but I rolled pretty darn good. And if anybody knows, sorry, pretty darn well. Let's be grammatically correct. I used to be an English teacher. If anyone knows me at all, then you know that I don't roll well. Meeple whispers, slay it. I feel like I've got Meeple and the Moose, right? I got Meeple here, and I got Moose here. You can also do one of the options on your card. Wink, wink. Yeah, yes, that's true too. I can master, which I'm sure is. Hey, what's going on there? M Peebles is rating. That is amazing. And why wasn't there sound? Because I turned the sound off. Oh no, I didn't. Why was there no sound? Did everybody hear that sound? Because I didn't hear it. Oh, you heard the raid music? Awesome. Maybe I just had everything on mute. Let's, hold on. That's why. Okay, because I wasn't monitoring it. Very cool. Hey, everyone. Thanks for the raid. I'm Michael from the Nerd Shelves, and thank you for joining it. This is great timing because we kind of took a break from streaming for a little while, but here we are. We are playing Vantage. What were you playing over there? And who? Oh, I have a lot of people to say hi to. So, what is that? Hey, following on Twitch, and I hear that. Woohoo! That is awesome. Clearly, I have a few things to touch up. I had to reinstall all of our software and everything, so yeah, some things weren't working properly. But let me see who's here. M Peebles, and thank you so much for the raid and follow. That is fantastic. We heard it. Slovakia Steph. Hi, Slovakia Steph. How are you? Thanks for popping in. Rolo 1984 or 19842408. How are you? Wim the Webmaster. Oh, the Webmaster's here. You would have liked a turn I took a few turns ago where I was hacking this thing that I discovered. Is that Jillian Elder? You didn't hear it, but you're on the right. Okay. You did, maybe. Very cool. We're seeing what MP got from the UK Games Expo. Oh, those are fun. Checking out people's board game hauls is always fantastic. We looked at some board game loot. Very cool. How was it? How was the con? That sounds super, super great. Just Rolo. That's probably easier than Rolo 1984. Third largest this year. Wow, very cool. Meeple said, everyone who just joined, we're trying to make Michael try to the slay spire. Hey. So my last turn, I went pretty aggressive, and it worked out because I managed to roll better than I normally roll. So, yeah, let's see how this goes. So here are the options we're going for. And welcome, everyone. So we're going to continue playing. So a stone spire just juts out of the ocean. Even at this distance, you can feel its powerful aura. So I can climb, inspect, hail. That's green, but because my green screen doesn't really work, I can honor, loot, or slay. It worked out because aggression is always the right answer. I don't know about that. But I do have this card that helps me with aggression. All right, Meeple. All right. Really good. Hectic, but yeah, cons are very hectic, aren't they? Yeah, they can be very hectic. Hail. Jillian Elder wants me to hail. I like that. I do like that. I have a skill token here that helps with hailing. Okay, this is what we have: a hail and we have a slay. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my 2 skill tokens. I'm going to put them in this hand, and whichever one is in my right hand is what we're going to do. Slay. Uh-oh. I don't know if I like that. Here we go. So let's find our overpower book. Okay. And I'm going to go to card 129. Meeple, I don't know, my friend. I don't know about this. Okay, 129 says 5. It's a cost of 5 to slay the spire. Why do I want to slay this spire? What did it do to me? It didn't do anything wrong. So 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It almost gets me to reset, but I have nothing to reset. So I'm going to spend 1. I'm going to roll 4. I can always put 1 here and hope for the best. Here we go. This is for you, Meeple and the Moose. Terrible. Absolutely terrible roll. Are you insinuating that I don't have your best interests? I do. That's exactly what I'm insinuating. Because I would do the same to you just for fun. Okay. Darn it. And that only allows me to put a star there. Hey, there's Michael's rolls we've been waiting for. And even my furthest one wasn't there. And that's only for move actions. So I could put 1 there. But before I do that, I'm going to start re-rolling some stuff. So I'm going to use one of these to re-roll. Come on. There's a star. Okay, I'm going to put that there. Okay. I'm going to re-roll another one. Oh, it's a blank. I like it. And I'm going to re-roll 1 more. Use all of my boosts. Here we go. And it's another blank. What? That's fantastic. And I'll put this one here because it is an overpower action. And I don't have to take any damage. That, even though I used all of my boost, that was pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Okay. So we've slayed the spire. What is going to happen here? 129. I don't know why I keep closing the book every time, but that's okay. You strike deep into the base of the spire, and your blow reveals that the stone is hollow. Ooh, what does that mean? Go to interior. 555. All right. Where is 555? Oh, okay. I told you it would work out. Sure you did. Here we go. So this is oh, sorry, those are all supposed to be green. My bad again. Okay. Inside the stone spire, you find a hidden cache. Its owner nowhere in sight. Uh-oh, I feel like some thievery happening here. As soon as I read the description, I feel some thievery. Oh, that's cool. It tells you. Oh, I didn't know. I haven't seen these on any of them before, where it kind of tells you where the different actions are going to take place on the card. That's pretty cool. So we can either exit. Pfft, no way. We can search. We can trade. We can build, steal, or raid. What's the difference between steal and raid? That's what I'd like to know. You haven't seen that either? Yeah, it's pretty cool, eh? Okay, so it looks like here raiding will be up here. I don't know what that is. And stealing's down here. You're just stealing. I think you're just stealing that one artifact. But here maybe you're raiding. You're breaking into something and taking a whole bunch of stuff. Morals. The difference between steal and raid is intent, I guess. I feel like if it's a raid, we're Vikings. All right. Well, we don't have any overpower tokens or any spaces left. So we do have a steal. I'm thinking we should steal just because we have that skill right now. Let's do that. So it's the take action. Or should we just trade? Maybe there's a better way. Maybe there's a better way to do this, everybody. It is a nice looking crystal, but maybe we can trade. We can't see the owner, but maybe the owner's around, and maybe this might help us in the end. We've been pretty aggressive and negative lately. Hey, let's keep with the theme. Let's steal. Here we go. It is, isn't it? It is a nice looking crystal. So basically we're stealing that crystal. We're doing it. What card is this? 555. Oh. So there is no 555. So I don't know what this means. Oh, yes, there is. Oh, you silly. 555. 3 steel, the most beautiful item from the interior. So I'm assuming that's what it is. Steal was just take one thing, and raid might have been trying to take everything. That's a little greedy. So it's a... Oh! Oh. I should have looked at that because we could have reset and had these spots open again for if we wanted to raid. Oh well, we're going to steal. So everything resets because it was a cost of 3, which we have or don't have. So everything resets, and then I'm going to grab 3. And I'm going to use 1 skill token for stealing because that's the skill we have. So I have down to 2. Let's do it. Ready? A star and a star. Well, the good news is we have a spot for a star. Should have rated then. I know, right? I should have, but hey, that's all good. Oh, we have a spot for a star, and our star is our greatest attribute right now. So let's just do that. Let's put a star there and then take that star hit. I'm totally fine with that. All right. I feel like we're going to get a pretty cool item here. Maybe that sentient will find us again and knock us on the head and knock us out again. Let's find out. So, steal the most beautiful item from the interior. The crystal catches your eye. Gain item 163. Then there's more. So let me gain the item first because that's what it says. Item 1163. 116. Oh, that's not what it looks like, but hey, close enough. Oh, it's all green. Of course it is. There we go. That's what we gained. And it says pure Jademer. So I can use the boosts. Oh, okay. So I can spend. I don't know if you can see that. So you can any combination of skill tokens and challenge dice. That's a cost. up to 5 to refine into a gem. Reduce the cost by 1 per cube you have up here. Replace this with item 1169. Okay, so this is just the jade. So we haven't refined it yet. At any time, I can use, what are those? Help tokens and roll dice to refine it into a gem. Okay. Oh, and it has a time slot there. I can only use if it's time and it's used on a help action. Okay? But there's more. There's more. There's more. What slots did you... Oh, yeah. What slots did I gain? So I gained a time slot if used with a help action. Okay. So I gained that. You may push your luck to try to steal another item before it's too late. If you do, roll 3 skill dice up to 3 times. Always rolling all dice. If the final result includes a pair or 3 of a kind, gain item 865. In addition, the extra bonus for 3 of a kind is to gain the 3 skills and $3. Okay, if not, you're caught in the act and lose this. Okay. I can roll 3 dice up to 3 times. But I have to roll all the dice. Oh, no, not these dice. 3 of these dice. If I ever get at least a pair, I gain something else. If I get 3 of a kind, I gain something else, and I get all of those skill tokens. If I don't do it, I lose this. Of course I'm going to do it. Ready? There's 1. Oh, crap. Yeah, I'm going to stop there. Woo, I'm not going to go for 3. Because you're famously good at rolling dice. Hey, it's been a good day. I'm telling you. Okay, I don't get a bonus, but I did get 2 of a kind. So now I gain item 865. Okay, 8. Why are these cards upside down? I put all those cards back in upside down. What do we get? 865. That's pretty cool. This is what we get. What is it? Medicine. It is medicine. So this is boost. You have to spend boost to put a health token there. Okay? And this is a symbol we haven't seen yet. You can use this if, I believe that's, what do they call it? What is that word they called it? I'll tell you in a minute. It is called... Of course, it's not here. Compositions? Is that it? Hold on. It is gold. Okay. So I'm not exactly sure what that means, but I believe that some of these cards will have compositions on them, or items will have composition on them, which means I can, if I see that, I can use that space. I don't think we've seen it yet, so I don't know exactly what that means, okay? Also, when placed, gain 3 boost tokens. Once it's empty, lose this card, okay? I can also spend 1 of the boosts to refresh all hearts from your grid. Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay. So I'll put that there. I gained 3. Can you see? I want everybody to see. Okay. So, anytime I roll a health, I can spend one of these to basically use it as medicine. I can also at any time spend one of these to get rid of all of my heart slots, which I don't have any other ones other than this one. But there you go. Okay, I don't really understand what that gold composition means, but any cards, environments with that symbol, dice can go there. Okay, cool. Doing a skill on a card environment with that symbol. Thank you. I figured that's what it was. I just haven't encountered it yet. So, yeah, found it on the back of the book. Perfect. Okay, well, that turned out all right. And then, finally, it says, either way, exit through the western window to 128. So I'm going this way to 128. Well, that was fun. Let's put that back. Now go to 128. Oops. Okay, that was right beside the card that we just had. So this is where... Oh, I forgot to put my bookmark back in. Darn it. Oh, well. Uh-oh. Okay, it has an immediate effect here. Oh my gosh, that looks crazy. That does not look like a happy thing. So I either pay one of my movement skill tokens or lose a heart. And then it says, with the heat of lava behind you, a huge sentient rises from the surf, a powerful blade in their claw. They slash at you. You may perform multiple different actions here, but one per turn. Okay, so you can stay here and do whatever you want, but you still can only do one per turn. Okay. So I have to either pay a movement. Yeah, that looks friendly. Or lose a heart. I think I will pay a movement skill. Thematic, I love it. You're using a skill to dodge it, I guess is what you're doing. Okay, so here are our choices with this friendly little, cute little thing going on here. We can dash, solve, persuade, honor, disarm, or charge. Disarm you with the... Oh, sorry. Not going to sing Smashing Pumpkins. Who's that? Hey! Jillian Elder is now following on Twitch. Awesome! Thank you so much for the follow. I love it. Fantastic. And if I'm not pronouncing your name correctly, let me know. Okay. What are we going to do? And sometimes we're going to stream. Judy will be here too. So Judy is my partner in gaming and my partner in life and all of that. But we like to stream together whenever we can as well. Okay. What do you think, everyone? I think we've been pretty aggressive. I think I'm going to... Let's try to do something a little different here. I have this engage. I think that's engage, is it not? Yeah, I have one of these engage tokens. I think... Oh, yeah, you can... Most of our videos are on YouTube as well, and almost all of our videos, it's Judy and I together. So you can go check that out if you want. Not telling you have to, but if you want to go check out more videos, that's where we are as well. We used to, whenever we would live play through, it would be live on YouTube as well. So those are all on the YouTube channel. They don't disappear. So if you want, go check it out. Solve seems like a good idea, or do you want to explore all the options before doing that one? Yeah, so that's the thing, right? With this card, I can do multiple options, right? So I could just do every option on this card, which maybe I should. And you're right, solve should be the last one. I like persuade because I have a skill token I can use, and maybe I'll gain more skills along the way. So let's do that. What does that say? Doing an action on your character card will give you cards with more slots on it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Let's do that first. I like that. Good thinking. Do you have to give up a blue token or heart every turn, though? I don't think. No, that is that little exclamation mark warning is when you arrive there. Okay, I like your idea. I'm going to do an action on my card first to kind of get some boosts and help and all that kind of stuff. So let's do an equip. I like equip, which is the green. Okay. Let's find the green. Let's get bulked up here. I totally forgot about that. 1, 4, 3, 5. 1, 4, 3, 5. 1, 4, 3, 5. 4. Equip your binoculars. Perform this action at most once per game. So I can only do this once. I'll have to remember that I've done it. 4. Oh, I don't have any tokens. Okay, here we go. Hopefully I get one of those. Okay, so I got one of those, which is good. Oh, that's not good. Because I don't have any dice to re-roll or any boosts. So I'll spend one of these to take a heart. Oof, and then I'll have to take both of those. That kind of hurt. That hurt a little bit, but hey, that's okay. And it says 1, 4, 3, 5. Oh, I was reading it was 4, equip your saber, not your binoculars. The saber feels like a little slice of home in your hands. Gain item 1299. Ooh, this sounds fun. This sounds fun. Oh, here's another pack I haven't opened yet. 1299. Okay, where are you? Where are you? There it is. Okay, let's look at this. What does that say? Thematically. Yeah, I know. I thought it was thematically. I'm imagining you just jabbed yourself in the eye with your binoculars. It's a saber, though. Much more reasonable. Yeah, totally. Okay, very cool. Look at that. It's a saber, and I've got a move action slot that also gains me a boost. I've got a time slot when I'm doing an overpower action and a health slot when I'm doing a move action. So this is good for moving. I guess it's like slashing and moving through things, right? I can spend 2 boost on here to gain a movement skill or gain your first personal objective. Ooh, we don't have any personal. More aggression slots. Yeah, I know, right? We don't have any personal. That's cool. Okay, but I don't gain anything. Okay, that was my turn. Fun. I like it. But, so these all go here. Okay, that was my turn. You know what? Because we have a bunch of movement actions, I think it's time. We have to remember we've done the equip. How can we remember that? Anyways, I guess I'll just remember. I've got all these blue slots, so let's do a dash action. Let's do dash, which is in the blue book. Which blue book, though? This blue book. Get a Sharpie and cross it out. I don't think so. I don't think so, Tim. 128. Here we go. Dash. Dash away with the sword in hand. Ooh, that's not this. That's not my saber. That's this sword. Oh, interesting. Okay. It's only a 2. I like this a lot. I like this a lot. It's only a 2. And you know what? I don't think I'm going to use this because I have 2 slots that each give me boost. So I might as well use those, and we're about to reset. See what I mean? How many swords can you carry? Totally. Here we go. See, I did not want that. That is what I did not want. Oh, I did read, is it true? I can't remember. I don't have to put these here, do I? I can put them here and here, even though it's no hit. I can use dice and slots still. So that's what I'm going to do. Because... Is that what I want to do? Yeah. I'm going to do it because I want the boosts. So I'm going to go a boost here. Because we are almost ready to reset. So, and a boost here, which gets me another one. Okay. And then, why? I closed it again. Why do I keep closing this? And then what do I get? It says, in a blur of motion, you swipe the sword, but it disappears when your feet touch the water. The sentient calls to you, waving the weapon. Looking for this? The mystery of the artifact remains unsolved. Gain 1 boost. And I believe when you gain things, it goes directly on your card, your character card. Okay, so that was kind of a bust. Maybe you're right, Meeple. Maybe I can't hold too many swords. Okay. So there's still a mystery that we need to solve, which I like. Do you want to solve or persuade? I like the solve. So this is kind of working thematically, right? There's a mystery. We tried to grab the sword. It disappeared as soon as we touched the water. And next thing we knew, it was back in the sentient's hands. So, and it says the mystery remains. So there is a mystery. Let's solve. Solve action. Here we go. Purple book. Which is, what is that? The look book, right? The look book. Here we go. 128 says, solve 1. Solve the artifact puzzle. Okay. Oh, that's not good. We can't reset. It's only a 1. Okay, but I can re-roll if I need to. Oh my gosh. I don't know what's happening. I never roll like this, ever. This is insane. That was awesome. Okay. Sweet. It says... Oh, this is a long one. Okay. The sentient, a famous knight, chooses the nearby plane of igneous rock as the dueling grounds for his combat puzzle. Find card 533 and place it on the table. Your goal is to force the knight into a pit. As the knight warms up, you notice that they always move in the opposite direction of their opponent. If their opponent moves east, the knight moves west. When you're ready, place a red token representing you and a green token representing the knight on the starting spaces on card 533. Okay. Whoa. 533. This sounds intense, everybody. Now, I am going to... Oh, crazy. Okay. So a red token goes on red. A little big. And green token goes there. Okay. Those are big tokens. Do we have any other tokens we can use? I don't think the game came with any other tokens. Here. Because we're not using these, I'm going to use these. No, they have to be different color boosts. Yeah, I know. I'll just use It's a little better. A red heart and a green heart. You know what? Stars. It's not great. I think it's better. Not a lot better. Okay. So now what do I do? Oh, I don't think everybody can see that. Let's put that right here so everybody can see what's going on. Okay. As the night warms up, you notice that they always move. Start by moving your token 1 square, not into rocks, pits, or off the grounds. Then move their token 1 square in the opposite direction. They don't move if they would move into a rock or off the grounds. Repeat this until you force the knight into a pit or share the same square with the knight. Then read entry 128 in the rule book of secrets. Okay, you know what? We're going to do this on the green screen. So I'm going to take off the green and I'm going to put the purple. Okay, there we go. So I have to get the purple onto a pit. Into a pit. I guess I can't move into a pit. So if I move like this, then it moves opposite. Right, but I can't move it. Can I move into a pit? Let's see here. Not into rocks, pits, or off the ground. So no, I can't. Okay. Right, so what do I do? I'm going to have to make it so that they can't move a certain direction. How? What? Hold on. I'm going back. Okay, I'm going to move 1. And it moves 1. I'm going to move 1. And then it can't move. So there, now we've changed it, right? We've changed it a bit, okay? Okay. So it needs to go maybe... Oh, I see. This is kind of crazy. Okay, let's try this. I don't know what to do. What if I go... Huh. Wait. I have to get it to a spot where I think you moved that purple star. Oh, no, I moved it back. I touched it and moved it back, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty positive. Here, let's start again. Maybe I did. Let's do it again. What I need to do is I need to be able to move where the purple one is blocked so that we can offset it. Because right now we're just following each other around the map and hitting the same obstacles. So I need to find a way that it's different, if you know what I mean. So the only way to do that is like this. 1. I moved and it can't move. But then that's the same. Yeah, I think your first 2 moves were perfect. Pushing it into the rock right off the start. Yeah, so just like that. So now, what? Same thing here. There, now it can't move. Oh, I got it. I got it. I got it. Watch. It can't move. It can't move. Oh, now I'm stuck. Hold on. Go back. There we go. That's how you do it. That was crazy. Okay. Funny. Okay, now what? Now what do we do though? That's so cool that there's puzzles in this. So fun. Yeah, it is a neat little puzzle, isn't it? So what was I reading? 128, and then it says start moving. Yep. Repeat this until you force the knight into a pit or share the same square as the knight. I didn't want to land on the same square because that might result in a different result, right? Then read entry 128 in the Book of Secrets. Ooh, I like the Book of Secrets. 128. Solution. Succeed if you force the knight into a pit. If so, the knight pledges their loyalty to you if you let them keep the blade. Gain sentient 1357. Alternatively, you can reject their offer of loyalty and gain the blade as your prize. If you fail by ending up on the same square, something else happens. You don't want to be on the same square as a big sword. But no. Is this a loyal animal? Is a sentient considered an animal? Because my mission is to get a loyal animal. I'm not sure. Anyways, yeah, it can keep the sword. It can totally keep the sword. I'm totally fine with that. There you go, big boy. I'm not taking anything away from you. Gain sentient 1357. Okay, 1357. There we go. Okay, what do we got? 1357. Okay, interesting. So lots more. It looks like we're going to be aggressive, everybody. Oh, and it has its own actions. That's kind of cool. Flirt? Oh my gosh. I don't know if I want to flirt with this thing. That's funny. When placed, gain 2 boost cubes. If empty, lose this card. So not animal as not... Okay, so sentients aren't animals. Okay. So I can use a boost to ignore 1 heat damage, or re-roll 1 challenge die, or view page 19 in the Book of Vantages. Oh, that's interesting. Its name is Splash. Splash the Knight. Okay. That so this one here is another one we haven't seen before. It's not just an overpower action. It has to be an overpower action that actually says slay on it. Remember, all the different actions have different names on the cards. Slay. That one is if there's a water. I think that's water. I've got to take a closer look. I think that's water. Yeah, it's a water icon. Okay. All right, dude. When placed, I get 2 of these. So that is not... Are you sure? Because this says... We already slayed the Spire. I know we did. Have a total of at least 1 + 1 per player loyal animal. Okay. That's cool. Is that it? Do I have to read anything else? Your location is still 128, but you may not perform any other location actions. Darn it. We should have done it last. We should have resolved or solved last. Oh well. What are the actions on the quest card? We've got, or on the mission card, you mean? It's got pivot. 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 Sorry, friends. Research, plead, or hone. Okay, so we can't do any more actions here, unfortunately. So we didn't get to do all of them, but we did some of them. Once it's after 1 o'clock, I've been streaming for 2 hours now. Let's finish everything we want to do. I'm going to move to a new location, and then that'll be streaming for today. And we'll continue this with part 2 later. Okay? Yeah, I'm trying to do about 2 hours each time we stream. I think that's about fair. Okay. Should we do some of these actions maybe? Because maybe that will help us find... It's literally our mission card, and it says research. Maybe we should do that. What does everybody think? Your boy's asking to go to the park? Yeah, right? That is what we should be doing, spending time with our families. So let's finish this up. I love how Splash the Knight has a flirt action. I think that's pretty awesome. I'm kind of curious what that does, but maybe I'll save that for another time. I want to do one of these mission actions. Let's do research. I think research sounds good. Although we have nowhere to put those dice. But we can reset. Okay, good. All day, every day is your family time. Yeah, I hear you. That's fair. Okay, I'm going to research this card. So that is a look action, 1584. It costs 2. How you can complete this mission. This action may be performed at most once. Okay, so I need 2. Oh, I don't need this anymore. That's fine. Okay, so I get to reset. That is fantastic. Resetting is pretty great. And then I take 2. Oh. I just realized I don't have any I still can't use many of these. That's okay. 2 for research. We have a blank and a time. You know what? I'm fine with that, actually. I think I'm just going to use it because I have lots of time left. I think I'm just going to use that. I'm not going to waste my rerolls. You got all the time in the world. I do. Okay. 1584 says, on behalf of an interplanetary conservation fund, you're here to collect and protect a variety of animal species. Most wild animals can be convinced to join you, especially if you treat them well. So don't slay them, in other words. Training can take a little time. Gain the Book of Animals. Card 1043. 1043. Okay. So we have to find animals and then be nice to them. Don't be so aggressive. Okay. There we go. Okay, that's cool. So this is... Wait a second. No, that's not right. That's a container. 1034, or did I say 1043? What did I say? 1043. That's the wrong card, everybody. One. There we go. That's better. Okay, what do we got? It's the Book of Animals. I almost said Book of Spells, but no, it's the Book of Animals. When placed, each player gains a boost on any card. That's pretty cool. And then you can use this to view page 22 of the Book of Vantages until the end of this turn. I wonder what that's going to do. And it has a look action spot if it's time, and any player can use it. Okay, so I'm going to keep this. I need a bit more room here. So I'll keep my dice like this, just so everybody can see what's going on. And I'm going to put that right there. And I get to gain, every player gets to gain a cube, and I'm going to put it on this cube right here. Or on that card, because I might need it later. Okay. Here we go. I heard something coming through my audio. What was that? That was bizarre. Okay. So I'm still here. Anything else I should do before we end this stream, everybody? What do you think? Do you want to flirt? Because that's fun. You know what? I think let's move now. I think it's time to move. Okay. So let me see here. Where should we move to? I think we've done 127 before, haven't we? Where do you want to move? Let's move. South has always been fun for us, right? Let's go south. So it's got a star. So what I have to do is go to the Depart book, card 128. And I'm going south, right? 128, 128, 128 north, 128 south. Oh my gosh, it's a 5 cost. Leap south over lava after crossing a narrow strait. Okay. 5. It's a blue action, it's a move action, so I've got blue, I've got blue, I've got blue, I've got blue. Let's, I'll use 1 to make it 4. And then we'll roll 4 and see what happens. Here we go, everybody. Okay, so we have a blank, we have a return, and we have 2 time. So not bad. I'll put a time there and gain a... Hey, look at these 2 boosters stuck together. There we go. And I'll put that there. That's cool. I'm going to put this boost here, which gains me a cube on this. Okay. I guess that's it. And then that will go there, and that will go there. Okay. I haven't moved yet. So I'm still trying to move. And what was I? I was 128 south. 128 south. Okay. Then roll 5 skill dice and gain all look skill results. Okay. So So gain 5, or roll 5. Here we go. You didn't look at the... Not yet, I didn't. Do you want me to? I was going to save it. They're buddy boosts. Here we go. Oh, I got 1. I got 1 boost. That was a ripoff. Okay. And then roll 5 skill dice and gain the look result. I did that. Then suffer 1 heat damage unless you pay 1 look skill to avoid the scalding stone. I had something that saved me from heat damage. What was it? Here, ignore 1 heat damage. I don't think I want to do that. I'll just spend this to avoid. Oh, heat damage means if you get a heat damage, you either lose a health, a time. No. You either lose 1 health or both morale and time. Splash helps with heat. I know, but if I use both of these boosts, I lose the card. So I kind of want to save those. Right? And like if I put a die there, I have to lose a boost. So I'm trying, I don't know there's no other way to put boost on there. I don't want to lose that card. So I am just gonna leave it for now. And then go to 379. Okay, 3. Put my bookmark in there. Okay, 379. This is my new location. I see. Oh, heat damage again? Suffer 1 heat damage. Wow. A lava flow makes the entire rocky outcropping intense. So is that another heat damage, or is the one that it mentioned in the book the one that we're talking about? I think it's another one. I don't know. What do you think? Then suffer 1 heat damage unless you pay 1 look and then go to 379. Huh. I got a fish. Yeah, there's a fish action. Isn't that funny? I don't know if that means... I'm assuming it's another one. Yeah, I think so too. Because I think 1 was for jumping over and then 1 was for landing here. Okay. So, here's my question now. Going back to what I said earlier. Do I just take a health? I could use medicine. No, that refreshes health from the grid. Because presumably you can get to this card from other direct. Yeah, I think so too. Okay, should I use this now? I don't know about this. I'm going to. Thanks, Splash. Okay. A lava flow makes the entire rocky outcropping intensely hot. Yeah, I got it. I burnt my foot. Okay. Before I go, do you want to look in the Book of Vantages or save? No, let's save that for next time. Okay, I think we're going to leave it here, everybody. I still feel like we've got a long way to go before we even come close to fulfilling our mission. There was something here that gave me an objective as well. Remember? What was that? Oh, here. I could get rid of these 2 to get a personal objective as well. Well, let's do that next time maybe. Okay, I think, I mean, if you want to quit playing, just drain your health and read the lost conditions. No, I don't want to do that. I want to keep playing. I feel like we're getting close. I feel like we've got a book here to help us, a book of animals. I feel like we could keep going. Yeah, it is the saber, right? I do want to keep going. I'm hoping to maybe pop up on about this time on Friday and finish it off. So let's just do that, everyone. Stay tuned for part 2. That was super fun. Thanks for joining. We got a little raid happening today. Thanks for all of you. That was really cool. Yeah. Thanks, Meeple, and for helping me along there. And it's always fun to hang out and join. Thanks for the people that popped in and said hello. Thanks to No Clue for helping out a bit too. That was super fun. Hey, Ellie is still here. Yeah, catch you Friday. We'll be here. Well, I will be here, hopefully. The only thing that will stop me from being here on Friday is if it rains a lot tomorrow here, which I don't know if it's going to. It's not very nice out today. I want to go mountain biking, so I'll do that on Friday instead. But if not, I'll go tomorrow. So awesome. Have fun at the park, Meeple. Thank you, everybody. So have a great day, and maybe I'll see you on Friday. Now go ahead and get another game off of your nerd shelves. Take care. Bye.